Sushi is quiet, neat, elegant. It arrives on a wooden board, balanced like a painting. Just a few tiny pieces, a dot of wasabi, a little smile from the chef. You think, that's it? But then, one bite and it's ocean fireworks. Welcome back to Critters and Cuisine, where we explore the untamed wild and the unexpectedly edible. Today, we're unrolling the story of sushi, the simple dish with a not-so-simple past. Let's begin. You might think of sushi as a Japanese invention, and that's mostly true. Modern sushi is proudly Japanese, but the original idea? It came from a much older and fishier place. Long ago, across the riverbanks of Southeast Asia, people began fermenting fish to preserve it. They'd pack raw fish into vats of cooked rice, then seal it tight and let it sit for months. The rice would rot, the fish would ferment, and somehow, it was edible. That early version was called narazushi, a dish where only the fish was eaten. The rice, tossed out. It was basically ancient fish Tupperware, smelly, practical, life-saving. Fast forward a few centuries to Japan. People still fermented fish with rice, but they got clever. Instead of waiting months, they reduced the fermentation time. Eventually, they skipped fermentation altogether and began eating the rice with the fish. And just like that, sushi as we know it was born. Now, let's talk names. Sushi doesn't mean raw fish. It actually refers to the sour flavor of the rice, which is seasoned with vinegar, sugar, and salt. So technically, you could have sushi with cooked shrimp, tofu, or even omelet, and it still counts. As long as the rice is vinegared, it's sushi. The sushi we recognize today, little rectangles of rice with perfect slices of fish on top, was developed in Edo-era Tokyo in the early 1800s. And it wasn't fancy. In fact, it was street food. Vendors shaped rice by hand, slapped on some fish, and served it like fast food for busy workers. The style was called Edomai sushi, named after the Edo Bay, now Tokyo Bay, where the fish came from. It was delicious, quick, and cheap. And yes, people ate it with their hands. So when did sushi get so elegant? In the early 1900s, sushi shops moved indoors. Wooden counters, bamboo decor, quiet slicing. It became a ceremony instead of a snack. A clean, minimal experience where every gesture meant something. Then, after World War II, something unexpected happened. Sushi left Japan and went global. In the 1960s and 70s, sushi bars started popping up in Los Angeles and New York. Chefs realized Americans weren't ready for raw fish. So they invented something new, the California roll. It had avocado, cucumber, and cooked crab, wrapped inside out so the seaweed didn't scare anyone. It was sushi in disguise, and it worked. Today, sushi is everywhere. Grocery stores, gas stations, Michelin-starred restaurants. We've got rainbow rolls, dragon rolls, even deep-fried sushi burritos. It's gone from ancient preservation to Instagram-worthy art. But here's what hasn't changed. Sushi is still about balance, not just in taste, but in texture, temperature, and trust. You trust the chef trusts the fish. And for just a moment, everyone slows down. Sushi teaches us to notice the little things, how the rice holds together but doesn't clump, how the ginger resets your palate like a gentle whisper, how something so small can feel complete. So the next time you take a bite of sushi, pause. You're not just tasting raw fish, you're tasting thousands of years of history, of farmers, fishermen, and risk takers, of traveling flavors, quiet knives, and culinary poetry. Thanks for rolling through this one with us. If you enjoyed today's dish, like and subscribe for more tasty tales every Sunday and wild animal wonders every Saturday. And remember, whether it swims, walks, or sits on rice, everything has a story if you're hungry enough to listen.